Blog Talk Radio.
Let me tell you why a lot of niggas ain't rich. Cause we sit on our ass and talk about the same shit. Dream and fantasize about shit we can't get. And you wonder why sisters screaming niggas ain't shit. Get yourself together, my brother. Cause being black stereotypes a motherfucker. They say niggas ain't shit. And they right about some of us. We got to change that perception. It's up to us. The reason I say niggas ain't shit, cause we ain't. I call it like I see it. That's the picture we paint. We can try to do better, but shit, we can't. Cause we always concerned with what another nigga think. I ain't trying to be Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. This is shit that's going on and I'm just taking action. What happened to being lawyers, doctors, black actors? Why every nigga gotta try to go and be a rapper? If you got talent, that's cool. You supposed to rap. But if you whack your tail, then why the fuck you writing the track? So the lesson for the day is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X didn't say shit, really just to say shit. Be your own man, be a leader, not a follower. Be a grown man, nigga, we are not toddlers. So put that baby bottle up, go out and do something. Cause niggas ain't shit, and that goes for a lot of us. Let me tell you why a lot of niggas ain't rich. Cause we sit on our ass and talk about the same shit. Dream and fantasize about shit we can't get. And you wonder why sisters screaming niggas ain't shit. Get yourself together, my brother. Cause being black stereotypes a motherfucker. They say niggas ain't shit, and they right about some of us. We got to change that perception. It's up to us. I ain't putting down niggas at all, but this is our flaw. No godson. When I say you niggas is NAS, N-A-S, put it together. Niggas ain't shit, but don't feel bad, cause bitches ain't shit. Sorry, that was the nigga in my blood. Cause niggas show hate before they show love. A world full of baby boys, we need to grow up. Not just the dreadheads, even the low cut. Stop killing each other, stop robbing each other. Let's get this money and get on with each other. Start supporting your brother and never shoot a man down. Cause you gon' need a hand, he gon' throw his hand down. Niggas always playing catch up. We don't take responsibility when we F up. Cause we so stubborn with ourselves. You know we ain't shit when you ain't fucking with yourself. Let me tell you why a lot of niggas ain't rich. Cause we sit on our ass and talk about the same shit. Dream and fantasize about shit we can't get. And you wonder why sisters screaming niggas ain't shit. Get yourself together, my brother. Cause being black stereotypes a motherfucker. They say niggas ain't shit, and they right about some of us. We got to change that perception. It's up to us. Niggas stereotype, boy, nigga. We never on time, so how we know when our time is coming? We claim to love our mamas, but we disrespect our woman. Put babies inside them and leave them like it was nothing. No father position, we don't bother to visit. Our fathers did that to us, we just follow tradition. Listen, we ain't used to better things, we just choose to never change. We refuse to catch a lane, and even when we fuck up, it's still never our fault. Niggas got an excuse for everything. We always right, even when we know we wrong. Think we know, but we don't know what the hell is going on. We buy clothes and shoes when the light bills due. Won't pay your dinners, but just brought an ice grill too. And this the type of shit niggas do. Niggas ain't shit, and you bitches ain't too. Let me tell you why a lot of niggas ain't rich. Cause we sit on our ass and talk about the same shit. Dream and fantasize about shit we can't get. And you wonder why sisters screaming niggas ain't shit. Get yourself together, my brother. Cause being black stereotypes a motherfucker. They say niggas ain't shit, and they right about some of us. We got to change that perception. It's up to us.
Yes, another day. It's another Friday. This is your host, Rasta B. This is In Black America. The guest calling number is 646-716-4654. Today's topic is fuck the black man, fuck the black woman, fuck black unity. You know, as I wait for my co-host to come up that's what the topic and what we're going to discuss about. My co-host is Smoke, and we're going to discuss a lot of things going on in the black community where it seems like there is some real hatred between black men and black women, you know? So as I bring my co-host in, Smoke, are you there?
Yo. Yeah, I'm here. What's good? What's good?
You know, man, just talking about this topic, man, you know, and the hatred, you know what I'm saying, between the black man and the black woman. And I was just thinking, like, how often you hear, oh, black people need to unite. We need to unite, we need to unite. But how can we unite when the black man hates the black woman and the black woman hates the black man? You know
Man, tell me about that. Tell me about that. You see that every day, man. You know, you even see it amongst, like, the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, we'll call ourselves conscious, but then it's like black this, black women that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, we understand it, but it's just like a lot of it, sometimes you feel like, you know, it's hate there somewhere. And I understand it, you know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing about it. Like, kind of understand where, you know, where it comes from. And I'm pretty sure, like, when you flip the script and, you know, you hear women talking and they probably, it's the same, you know, discussion. So it's like we got to kind of figure out where it's coming from and, you know, nip it in the bud because it's counterproductive, man. We ain't going to get nowhere, you know, doing that same shit.
It really is. And it's not even, I mean, it is the point that it's counterproductive, but also the real sad part about the whole scenario is to pass this on to the next generation. You see what I'm saying? There's men that would tell their sons, yeah, fuck those bitches. That's how you treat a black bitch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so your sickness, you passing on to your young child who now, when they see that young black girl who hasn't been scorned by society, he's looking at her as somebody to conquer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you have the bitter black woman who then tell her daughter, yeah, niggas ain't shit. Make sure you stash money on the side and don't let him know. You know what I'm saying? And do all kind of sneaky shit against your man. And then it's like, that little girl, she wasn't scorned by society. So now when she see that little boy, and that little boy give her that card for Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying? She looking like, ooh, I could play him. Mama told me use what I got to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? And this girl, like, in the 7th grade. Like, why you got her poisoned? And then we have a young generation growing up who hate each other and really don't even know the origin of this hate. It's like Bloods and Crips, and they shooting at each other. And they say, why y'all shooting at each other? Because he a Crip and because he a Blood. But y'all too young to even know the origins of y'all war. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on now.
That's facts, yo. That's facts. Yeah. I mean, we gotta play our part in figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the conversation is about. You know what I mean? Just trying to make a solution to whatever ills we got going on, and that's definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially if we're screaming unity. Especially if we're saying that we need to unify, we need to come together, we need to pull our money together, we need to keep the black dollar in the black community. We need to do all this shit that includes togetherness, but fuck that black bitch. Fuck that black nigga. Bitch, don't tell me shit. Nigga, fuck you. But we need to unify. You can't even unify now. Yeah.
Yeah, if you carrying that attitude, you know, that means fuck the black family.
Yeah.
If you saying fuck the black family, ain't no such thing as unity. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of niggas running around and little kids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
and that's why it doesn't say children. That's why I say fuck the black man, fuck the black woman, because these are the two people that come together to have the babies. And when the babies grow up, guess what? That little black baby is now looking at the black mother saying, hey, bitch, I want some milk. You know what I'm saying? That baby looking at this black mother like with love and affection. You know what I'm saying? I love this woman. You know what I'm saying? The same difference when it comes to a little girl looking at the father. The little girl not looking like, hey, nigga, where my check at? Why don't you buy me something? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're not saying that. You know what I'm saying? They looking at their father with admiration. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I might mess up words and whatnot. So you know what I'm saying? We're trying to correct me on the YouTubes and the blogs and stuff. Admiration. You know what I'm saying? And looking up to them. So you have to say to yourself, what age and what the hell is being put into our children? And don't be afraid to point the finger at yourself. That's creating a new generation and the next generation and the next generation of black little boys being taught to disrespect black little girls, and black little girls being taught to disrespect black little boys, and they growing up with this hatred.
Right.
So now they're teenagers. And now they're young adults.
We gotta understand that it's always the generation that's current, you know, the current generation that's pushing these messages to the youth. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, when, you know, let's say the generation of our fathers and our grandfathers, when they was, you know, up in and hauling ass, you know what I'm saying? That put that type of mentality into, you know, the children. So it's something that we're doing or allowing to happen that's, you know, causing this to occur within our kids. You know, I think we could blame, we have a bunch of factors you can sit and blame, you know, the white man, television, and, you know, they're all legitimate. But it's always been that case where the generation, we have that generational gap, so to speak. Like, you know, we don't ever relate to the youth. We always let them just run around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why our generation was crazy, and that's why the youth, they're even more crazy. So we have to look at, you know, when you were saying, you know, don't be afraid to point the finger at yourself. We got to point the finger at ourselves. Everybody in the age bracket, like 30, 35 to 50, you know what I'm saying? We responsible to, responsible for the youth that's running around now, 16, 17, you know, doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. So it's something that we doing.
Hold on. 2 minutes, Smoke. So you mean to me I can't blame the white man for this?
Not all the way.
I want to blame the white man. I don't want to blame myself. I want to blame the white man.
That ain't been working. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been working. You know, it's like, making that blame and doing stuff like that, it kind of keeps you aware of who your enemy is. But at the same time, just placing blame somewhere, it ain't been helping us. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for as far back as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? And before I even knew about consciousness, you know what I'm saying? We probably had the same thing going on. So it's like we gotta just come to the realization too that it's a lot of things a lot of factors that we play a part in.
We do. Yeah, self-inflicted shit we do. Like, fuck the white man, cool, man. Yo, it's always fuck the white man. Cool. You can keep that dead to your heart. Tattoo it on you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the white man. But at the end of the day, once you get that out your system, okay, fuck the white man, the next question is now what? That's always going to be the next question, is now what? Because fuck the white man only go for so long, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a boy being a boy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, why you acting like that? Why you lashing out? And he like, my father wasn't there. Oh, you gonna feel for that kid? Damn, yo, that's fucked up, little one. You know what I'm saying? But when this boy is a teenager and he a fucking grown man and, you know, he in his 30s and I'm like, yo, what the fuck you acting like? Oh, my father wasn't there. Man, nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 37 years old, you still talking about your father wasn't there? Like, nigga, grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is when it comes to us as black people here in America, outside, all over. You know what I'm saying? Yo, always have within your heart, fuck that white man. Cool. But you also have to have, now what? Now that we got that out of our system, now that we know the white man is the devil, now that we know that we the original man, now that we know that We the original people of the planet. We populate the globe and all that. This is our Earth and all that. We know all of that. We everything. Cool. Now let's take the steps to get there again. You know what I'm saying? Let's take them steps. And the number one step is to point the finger at yourself and say, what am I doing that's counterproductive to the elevation of my race, of my people, of my family, of myself? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times we'll sit here and we'll go to the bar or go to the strip clubs every weekend and shit to talk to our homies and shit about not having money. Never thinking, maybe keep your ass home and then go to the strip club and a damn bar every weekend, you'll have some bread. You know what I'm saying? And figure out a different way of generating bread. But we'll make the same mistakes over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And don't realize that if you get out of that cycle that you created that cycle. Nobody else. Once you get out that cycle that you create, then you're not going to have the same outcomes anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. So this is like a example that I have, and it's not really so much like bad or anything like that, but it's like with my son. I noticed, like, you know, when he's like being funny or cracking jokes or whatever, he doesn't want me to see it. So a lot of his good funny jokes, he does it to his mother. So I'm like, man, why he doesn't? You know, it's almost like, you know, like, me and his relationship is real serious. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're all business. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I want him to crack jokes with me too and do stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been taking the time to, like, we'll just do funny, goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just so I can see him more, like, now we'll be laughing a little bit more. And you know what I'm saying? And it's not like we had a bad relationship or anything like that. It's just the funny part of it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just that little funny element to the relationship. He'll express that more with his mother. You know what I'm saying? So I just find myself, you know, we'll just be cracking jokes or, you know, just doing other little funny things so to let him know, you know, it's not all serious with me. You know what I mean? And if he want to talk to me about something or if he just want to just goof off, he can come in and play with me and shit. So, you know, it's like I realized that that's something I probably created. I don't know exactly what I was doing, but I could see myself just being like, you know, just more serious, not really laughing and goofing around all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's still a kid, so you know I have to understand that you know I can show that side of myself to him, and you know it'll be different. So I realized that, and, you know, I just start changing the way, you know, we interact in that level. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at yourself as you know the source of the issue. Because once you eliminate that, or you nail it down to something you're doing wrong and you correct it, then you can understand that what other issues you may be having will be outside factors. And then you can work on that. You know what I'm saying? You know it's not within you when it comes to certain things. So that's really like the first step. So facts.
And that's what it is, because you have to control your own reality. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. This whole shit is you. You control your reality. And the funny thing about it is, see, I hate when people make shit spooky, right? I hate when people make shit spooky. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, I could make it spooky. But I hate when people make shit spooky. And I remember when I was young, I used to hear people say that all the time. Whatever you think you can get, you can project it and all that. But they don't never really explain to you how this shit works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what's basically being said is it's your energy, it's your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like an example like how you just gave with my sister, right? My sister and me, we're like two different energies, right? So, you know, I'm younger now. I'm still like in my 20s or whatever. No children, you know, I'm running the streets, you know, lost. And so one day I'm talking to her, and it was like two different worlds. Me, I'm talking, police, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sure I don't get arrested, and finding another hustle and trying to get this bread up. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here for the black man. But then when she talking like the fucking sun is around the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like all day. Fucking, she just won $1 million check. You know what I'm saying? Like everything she talked about was just like, like my life is good, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at her like, yo, what are you doing that's different? You know what I'm saying? Everybody feels like that. But what happened is a lot of people translate that shit into like jealousy and shit. When you're supposed to re-examine that shit back into your life. And I looked at it not as looking at her like, well, I wish I had what you had. No, I'm looking at it like, what is it that you're doing? And what I realized is everything she deals with is like fun, happy shit. With me, I'm out here in the trenches, in the muck. I'm in the ghettos and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the hoodlums and the criminals and the low lives. So it's like I'm in that. I'm hearing this. I'm around this. I'm smelling this. I'm breathing this. So it's like where she's around college campuses and you know what I'm saying, and things of this nature. So it's like her reality is different because her doors are different. Where my doors is surrounded with guns and drugs and stupid shit. So it's like I can only rise to that level until I decided, I have to change my life. And once I changed my life and changed my direction, I started seeing other doors. And then as I start opening up other doors, I realized there's other opportunities. And then I start to look back and say to myself, wow, I didn't even realize where I was at compared to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? But all of that is looking back at yourself saying, what am I doing that's causing the things that's happening in my life that I don't like? You have to always go back to your thing.
Right. You know? It's funny that you were saying that, like, you had mentioned jealousy. Not so much that you was jealous, but that's part of the issue with like the black man and woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just hitting on the topic, because you'll see like relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like I could probably speak for myself, and your woman might be doing better than you. She got a better job, more better opportunities or whatever. And you looking at her like, you know what I'm saying? If I was like that, I could be doing better. You know what I'm saying? Or I could, these are all thoughts that I possibly had at one time. Not hating her, but just wanting, like, I wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? And you could easily see how that could cause a rift. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably the other way around too, where you see men that's doing good, and they, the woman, she might she want to do more. You know what I'm saying? She want to have a better job, or she want to have her career, while her dude got a career, he going all over the place or whatever. So you could see that, you know what I'm saying, where we be jealous of each other, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, fuck that. But we'll pick up another dude, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you see another man doing it, you might be like, oh, it's my man doing it. That's my son. Yeah. Like maybe one of your homies. Maybe not another dude, because, our people, we'll hate on each other. Or maybe one of your homies, you know what I'm saying? Maybe one of your homies you'll be showing love to, like, yeah, my son doing it, you know what I mean? He be going to blah, 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 and doing this and that or whatever. But then it'll be your own spouse, your own old lady or whatever, and you'll hate on her. You know what I mean? Or vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Because it goes both ways with us. So it's like a lot of jealousy in the mix, too. We got to figure out where it comes from.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like that's the issue now when it comes to black people, black and white people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like the issue is jealousy on the black side. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes I feel like we look at what white people have and we want what they have. So it's like we want to be their watchdog type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like but that, you know, like whatever they do, whatever they want, we want to be there in the mix. Right. Instead of just creating our shit and just drifting off away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was reading something, it was on CNN, and it was, the title of it is called Diversity is an Opportunity, Not a Threat for America. So they're talking about how America's ongoing diversity explosion should be greeted with optimism because of the opportunities it presents. It presents for revitalizing our country, energizing our labor force, and providing a greater connectivity to the global economy. But there is a hidden danger lurking in the form of an emerging generation gap with strong racial overtones that left unchecked, could become a significant obstacle to progress. So they're basically talking about the next generation. You see what I'm saying, coming up, and how they're handling the Trump situation. So they're talking about, the race situation. So they're talking about how Trump, who had to cancel his joint in Chicago, and was saying because of it was the young people of mixed races protesters against the views of what one of them called white suburbanites who embrace, often angrily, a vision of America that would shut them out. So when I was thinking of hearing that, I was like, so black people is fighting not to get shut out of white America. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the fuck is white America? White America feeds off of black people, feeds off of Latino people, feeds off of East Indians, feeds off of Asians. You see what I'm saying? They don't have a goddamn economy. They have an illusion. That's all they have. So instead of us fighting to be a part of their dying-ass economy, what we need to be doing is rebuilding ours. But instead of us doing that, we keep thinking equality is us being part of this sinking ship. And that shit is for me because we want to move globalized reality now, a global situation now. You see what I'm saying? So so we still thinking this shit is about working for white people, and they're not gonna hire us and they jobs and all kind of stupid shit like that. Yo, white people might be trying to really, like I said, they're trying to get rid of that whole, the whole affirmative action shit. Because once this global situation occur, your race is responsible for yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's another source of friction between us, you know what I mean? Between black man and black woman, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you'll have someone, one out of the two sexes, they might be working in a corporate job. They're spending all of their extra time working overtime, doing extra projects for the job, but they neglected, their significant other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got the other person like, oh man, they like, oh man, my wife works too much. The other lady, my hubby is always working. You know what I'm saying? And that rift comes there. But that other person a lot of times is fighting for some shit that ain't benefiting nobody, but really themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they fighting for that. So you don't see families break up for, people working, overworking, or just wanting to, fit into another society, fit into another group of people. You know what I'm saying? And you see that all the time, man. So that's like another source of friction between us to why we. We'll call her a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Women will call police on you, get you locked for something stupid, you know what I'm saying? Just like you could easily hate somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that's just another cause of it, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're absolutely right, because at the end of the day, you ain't working for yourself, and the thing about not working for yourself and your own people is, when you're not relying on your own people to sustain yourself, sustain peace and things of this nature, what happens is you're relying on other groups of people to do it. And when you rely on other groups of people to do it, then you don't see no value with your own people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's easy for me to sell out. It's easy for me to sell out Smoke at the job because Smoke's not my boss. You know what I'm saying? So my boss says, you know, look, me and you, we talking, yeah, man, fuck these crackers, man, these crackers. And then when this crack-ass boss of mine say, hey, did I hear over here Smoke calling white people a cracker? Sure did, boss. He called y'all a cracker like 15 times. 15 times, boss. I heard it. I counted on my fingers. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, who hires me? Is this white man? Who hires me now? Is this Mexican man? You know what I'm saying? Your own brother don't hire you. So so now you and your people could be cool. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Now I'm gonna make Smoke the manager. You see what I'm saying? So if I come in late, right, I'm like, damn, man, yo, my bad, Smoke. You know, fucking traffic like a motherfucker. All right, cool. But guess what? If the white dudes see that, hey, Smoke, did I see Brooklyn B come inside here? I mean Brooklyn B. Rasta B come inside here. Give all my handles, right? Rasta B come inside here. Late or whatever like that. There's gonna be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna sit over there and lie for me? And then you lose your job and I'm still working? Because I ain't gonna quit.
You already know.
You know,
you already know. Save your own ass, man.
And that's what's gonna happen. And some people might think it's fucked up. Some people might be laughing because they know it's true. But when we're no longer relying on ourselves and our own people to keep it. Now the flip side is this: if this is a black economy now. You see what I'm saying? And we all working for one another in things of this nature, then we understand the importance of this. You see what I'm saying? And we have a different understanding of each other. So if it's raining all crazy and shit like that, and I'm the boss, and I see Smoke coming into work and he a little late, but I know Smoke busts his ass, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? That man got to take care of his family. I ain't going to mess with that man. Rhythm and shit like that, everything's still working fine at the job. Shit, fuck it. You came a little late, cool. I don't want you to get no wreck. But if that Chinese man come over here late, hey, Mr. Chan, 3 minutes late, my man, what the hell going on? So you better wake up early. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the power of the economy. That's the power of the economy, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. And that's how we have to look at this shit. We got to stop looking at shit like somebody owe you something or somebody gives a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody owe you shit and ain't nobody give a fuck about you. So when you're running around here thinking, you know what I mean? Shit. Straight up.
Nobody give a damn. So that's why it's even more important for us to, end that rift. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had a show a while back, you know what I'm saying? That was the one I think you was Dolo on now. You know what I'm saying? What was the Uncivilized War? I think that was the name of it. You know, how we ended. You know what I mean? A lot of people can refer back to that joint. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it's even more important for us to, find out what those issues are between us and really just start nipping them in the bud for that next generation. Because, once things start changing and we start getting totally shut out, like you said, what if affirmative action is, they get rid of that, they start changing these things, we're gonna have to rely on ourselves. And if we are at war with our woman, that's a disaster. That's disaster. Period. There's really no way you can win.
No. At all. Unless y'all still waiting for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless niggas still waiting for Jesus, then it's time for y'all to do what y'all gotta do. He wasn't
coming back. They should have got the memo. He wasn't coming back, man.
That nigga ain't coming back, y'all. He ain't have a what they call that shit, round trip. Nah.
No round trip ticket.
No round trip ticket, my friend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Vatican said he ain't coming back. So it's crazy.
Now, you know what I wanted to bring up? I wanted to take a shot at all the people that like to talk all that bullshit about black power and talk about black power and black. You know what I'm saying? And people be saying shit like, oh, there's no power in black, or black power, when you open your hands, there's nothing inside there. It's about money and all that dumb shit like that. They had a story on Yahoo about a black power gang poses with a bride and groom in an unusual wedding photo. So it's a group of fucking men, all of them got their right fists up in the Black Panther pose. I mean, you know, with the Black Pride, Black Panther fists up in the air and shit, holding up a damn flag that say, and you know, biker gear and shit, all of that shit saying Black Panther, Black Power and shit like that. The only thing is, they're not black. They're like, well, let me get to the story. They're in New Zealand. So maybe, so they're in New Zealand, right? So let me not say they're not black, right? Let me not get into my American ignorance. So they're in New Zealand, right? So they go, while typical wedding photos contains a plenty of caressing, these couples from New Zealand have done things differently, out of pure coincidence. So they go, they ran into a group of Black Power gang members who was mourning the deceased in the same area. And the group crossed paths with the couple, and that's when they ended up taking a picture. It's a white couple, to be clear. Okay, the Black Power, okay. So they go, Black Power are a prominent gang in New Zealand. They're a prominent gang in New Zealand, the Black Power gang. It was formed in it was formed in 1970 with predominantly Maori and Polynesian members, and inspired by the U.S. Black Power movement. So that's why I didn't want to say whether they're black or not, because they're Maori and Polynesians, right? That's what they are by their nationalities, as the Moors would say. But what made them identify with Black Power and identify with the Black Power movement in the USA? So what in their history and what in their family history was they being told and taught? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I had to change. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because if you got black people, we're all around the world, you know what I'm saying? And now you got people that's caught up in, that's Polynesian, you know what I'm saying? Or they might be in Cambodia or some shit like that, and they recognize themselves as black, like Tego, you know what I'm saying, in Cuba, you know what I'm saying? And they sit over here now. If they turn around and say, well, these guys are Cubans, but they recognize they recognize the Black Power thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe their family still taught them about their black African heritage. So that could have been it. But they said they're a prominent group. They're a prominent gang of men. They call them gangs.
Yeah, I ain't really I don't really know too much history on the Polynesians, but I just got the little iPad in front of me, you know what I'm saying? So I just did a little quick Google search. And there got to be some some type of racism going on there because, you know, you just see, like, Polynesian men, black men versus white men, who's more athletic, black. So Polynesians want to be white, but they just look black, I'm guessing. That's a black dude can't take on. So, non-white Polynesian says he doesn't like blacks on national TV. These little headlines just popping up on it, you know what I'm saying? So you already know.
Okay. Shit, I ain't know it's popping like that in the Polynesian islands or whatever they called, you know what I'm saying? But that's why especially black Americans, they got to cut that stupid American exceptionalism shit out. They got to cut that dumb shit out. They got to. I heard one dude, he talking about, black Americans, African Americans, and Africans is two different people. Look at us. Look how we can grow afros and dreads, and the Africans can't. And I'm like, what? Africans can't grow afros? Africans can't grow dreads? I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this idiot talking? Then I'm turn around and say, then I heard somebody else say some shit like, you could tell we're different. Look how, when it comes to sports, how African Americans dominate in sports. I'm like, African Americans dominate in sports? So are we going to forget about all of the Africans that's dominating in sports too? We're going to forget about all the fucking the Cubans? The black Cubans that's dominating? What the fuck is this? But that's that American exceptionalism. Before, blacks used to never have this. This was a white condition where white people used to leave America and go to Europe and shit like that. And they used to have this attitude like, I'm from America, you know what I'm saying? So if it's like, you know, you're in Europe and this is what we eat in Europe, it's like, I don't want that. Where's the McDonald's? I'm American. You know what I'm saying? That's all throughout the 90s, it used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Now we pick that up. Now we want to walk around.
No, I was just laughing because I was thinking, like, that's how we be treating each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You over there like, yo, man, I got the healthy joint over here. You like, I don't want that shit. Fuck out of here, nigga. We ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? We on this. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll have somebody who is like, they pass a certain level or something, so they don't want to be around other cats. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's like because to me, it's like, if it's a safe environment, I'll be around people. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. But it's like, outside of that, it's like you see people, they like, they'll turn their nose up. Like, they better than somebody. But we going in the same, we live in the same hood, we drive the same type of cars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we treat each other, you can see us doing that. That's crazy. That's funny, right?
And that's how, because we mimic white people. Even this stupid gangster ghetto shit we do, that's white people shit. That's not how we normally act. We don't even know that. My sister said it best. My sister, she's a school teacher. She said, she told the kid was, my sister, she's a school teacher, and she said it best. My sister, she said to a kid in her class who was like, you know, kid is going to tease him and say that he acts white if he's educated. She said, no. If you act dumb, that's when you're acting white. Because the white person wants you to be dumb. You see what I'm saying? When you're playing dumb, that's when you're acting white. When you're being intelligent, that's when you're acting yourself. You got to remember, we done mapped out the universe. We done created math and algebra and geometry and sciences and all kind of shit. We done created all kind of calendars and all kind of shit. So for us to not to be intelligent, that's not being black. That's not keeping it real. That's keeping it all the way white. I'm gonna challenge this is what I'm gonna challenge black people to do. Go back and look up. I wish I could give you examples, but I really can't. If I do, I will bring it back up. But you have to read the documents of old of white people's literature during the times of slavery. Them niggas was illiterate, my nigga. They was illiterate. I'm reading some of this shit. If I'm not mistaken, it might be from the David Walker Pill when I was reading that, but I don't think so. I think it was something else I was reading, and it was white people. I was like reading a letter that, or maybe a sales bill or some shit like that white people had to write. Man, that shit. I'm reading this shit. Yo, the shit was so bad that when they do the reprints, they reprinted it and corrected the errors to make it more legible and correct the spellings and things of this nature. That's what they do to white people work. They thing it, you know what I'm saying, and make it better. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Yo, the shit. Yeah. I'm reading this shit. Hey, come on, man. These are people that enslaved us. These are people that did that shit. These non-reading, non-speaking ass, fucking cave-dwelling ass. But how they caught us, just like according to the Leopold's book, you got baptized. You got baptized into that religion. Once you got baptized into that religion, and you came into these different colonies, the colonies was already established and controlled by law. And once you came into the plantation, once you came into the land, you basically just had to follow the law of the land. So when you sat here and said, yo, I'm going to run, the real reason why people was hesitant to run wasn't because of fear of no white man. It was because of fear of breaking the law. Once you broke the law, you can't get around that. You broke the law. That's what people don't understand. The same way you hear people saying, just follow the law. If you just follow the law, slavery happened through law. Slavery happened because of law, because of agreements and rules and things of this nature. So, think about that next time. Yeah, next time somebody want to scream that, oh, follow the law. Because the Moors is with that. The Moors made agreements with America. You know what I'm saying? The Moors is with all of that shit. That's why I can't understand the whole Moors when they talk. Because give you your props for what you do. Cool. But it's like when I hear them talk, sometimes they sound like conservative Republicans. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're more sitting. Like remember, Brother Reggie, he about to have his debate with Sharif Bey on the 10th, right?
Next Sunday, I think.
Yeah, I want to say that's next Sunday. Listen to how they talk. Listen to how he talk. Listen to how any of those damn Moors talk, yo. They all talk like conservative Republicans. Straight up. You gotta listen to a black conservative Republican, yo. Them, like when you hear the way they,
to me, it's like, really with any of them, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's the Moors or even you see with like the Kemetic people or the Hebrew Israelites or whatever. It's just like a lot of wordplay and games, and you know what I'm saying? It's like I want to prove this point or whatever. And, I mean, all of that is cool because we understand it from like scholarship, you know what I'm saying, information, it's all of that is cool. But it just seemed like, especially like you was mentioning the Moors or whatever, it just seemed like it's a lot of wordplay. Like I was trying to listen to a little bit of the joint with I think he was on Baba TV. Sharif Bey, he was on there. He was explaining why he was saying black is not deaf, but they always say that, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, like read it, man. You got to read this and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but it's like we know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think say black need deaf. So when anybody pick up on that, you know the impression that they're gonna get. And then it's like, oh well, if you follow this and that, so now I have to to really pick up on something. I gotta follow what you pushing out, and that's what it seems like is more important than really like saving somebody or helping somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna spit that talk and sound fly, and do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, if I'm following the Morris guidelines, can I do this in court of law? You know, can I do this to get some money brought into me? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, what is the real problem solving of it? Like, because I could take all of the, you know, the black means death and all that. If your doctrine is really turning people around, turning their lives around in the sense of the law, because that's what they speak about all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't really see nobody saying in the forefront that they use you know, what they learned in the Moore joint to get out of certain issues or to help themselves through law, you know, by acquiring properties or, you know, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, just sometimes it's like when they start talking about
law firm. They're supposed to have a law firm. Them niggas supposed to have a firm. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, like, because my attitude is this, yo, not to knock anything, because we need everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, if y'all niggas want to focus your whole platform on the legal aspect of it, yo, salute to that. You know what I'm saying? If the fucking Hebrew Israelites want to build on some brotherhood type, bringing the black man together under leadership, cool, and salute to that. You know what I'm saying? If the Kemetic niggas want to educate ourselves and sharpen our education when it comes to our ancient history, cool and salute. We need all of that. And we need all the work in sync. You know what I'm saying? But what we don't need is motherfuckers acting like, no, fuck everybody else shit. Come listen to what I got to say. If we all just eat carrots and rice, then we'll be good. Nah, fuck that, brother. We don't need carrots and rice. I eat pork, but I use fucking crystals to purify and alkaline my pork. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
We can't even work together when we're supposed to be working together. Like, this is a conscious community. This is all this and that, where we're supposed to be on the brotherhood and sisterhood and all of that. But you be seeing more beef than anything, man. And it's like, all right, for example, like, take hip-hop. You know what I mean? You had, like, back in the day when, like, Kumo D was battling, what was it, LL, motherfuckers like that. It was a battle. It was just a battle. You know what I mean? Hip-hop battle had its place and time, whatever. So then, you know, you see, like, the Nas and Jay. That's when, like, they figured out, yo, this could be profitable. Even though that situation may have not been as profitable, I can't think of the numbers or whatever. So you see corporation white people, they start creating beef with their rappers and all that shit. And it's like, now it's like, we'll turn around and do that in regular life. You know what I'm saying? It's like we in the conscious community and shit, you see niggas just throwing darts on the internet, like, yeah, I'm going to come after this dude. Like, who the hell are you? You know what I'm saying? If anything, you know, if I listen to it, but it's not wrong with having constructive criticism. So it might be something you don't like. Person might curse too much for you, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I understand that or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, if I listen to something somebody is talking about, you know, take anybody who talking, you know, having lectures or whatever. If I'm going to talk about it, it's to add on. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't be taking the lane of adding on and shit. You want to take the beef lane. That you know, corporate America said, yo, this is what could make you money. So you were saying earlier how we just want to be like them. That's just another case, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to get it together, man.
Kill all the competition. I want the number one spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get out of lay down.
Silly shit.
Get out of lay down.
Let me put some more information out there for the people. You know what I'm saying? For the people out there.
Right,
this is for everybody. This is the title right here is called "More Than 200 Children in New York Housing Authority homes, pretty much the projects, test positive for high levels of lead.
Yeah.
More than 200 children living in the NYCHA apartments have tested positive for elevated blood lead levels in the last 5 years, officials said Monday. But only a handful of housing authority apartments where they live contain hazard levels of lead paint, the officials say. So I'm going to say that again. More than 200 children living in NYCHA apartments have tested positive for elevated blood lead levels in the last 5 years, but only a handful of those children of housing authority apartments where they live contain hazardous levels of lead paint. So where the hell are they getting these elevated blood levels from? The water.
Huh. Yeah, you remember,
because
you remember back in the day, like, we both from New York, so like, you remember seeing them news, Channel 4 news, all the news stories where they had, it was a big issue about the lead paint from it being in the project. All that shit was peeling off, little kids eating.
Yeah. So
now they supposedly solved that issue, but then there's another way of, getting lead inside of you. That's too coincidental. You know what I'm saying? Not to be the conspiracy theorist. So it's like, it means like, yo, we just gonna hit you from all angles, man. So, that's crazy. There's no lead paint. It's all safe. But now, these kids are still testing that, with those elevated levels. And then, you see it in Flint. That's the obvious story. Mississippi is having some issues, too, with that. San Antonio had issues, throughout the time. So Philly, New Jersey school system. So it's like,
right, New Jersey.
So you might as well say this is everywhere. Every hood to hood, ghetto to ghetto. All our people need to be thinking about changing. If it's just one thing that we all need to change, is drinking the water. So we all need to get into a plan of like bringing water to the people somehow. You know what I'm saying? Because you have some that say like the bottled water is not that great or whatever. So anybody out there listening who on their water tip and all that, start formulating something.
Hey, you know what I say?
This is
what I say to people about shit like that. When the option is between tap water and bottled water, give me bottled water. I'm not worrying about what the bottled water is. Yeah, because and the reason why I say that is because a lot of times people get caught up into the conscious shit, but then they end up losing common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a quick example, when I was a kid, I'll never forget this story. I might have been like 11 or something like that. I don't know, 12 maybe. So I'm on the west side of Atlanta, because that's where we used to live. And they had this dread dude. This was back in the day when if you had dreads, you was either a Rasta or a college student. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, you conscious, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody wasn't conscious in the early 90s. So it was like the conscious was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like an underground movement type shit.
Right.
So I remember this. So this dude, he was like a computer something, dealing with computers, right? He was making good money and all that shit back then. And this nigga ended up learning about Rastafari, and now I don't work for Babylon, and you know what I'm saying? Now he don't know how to understand how to work within this white man's system, and I move forward and all that. And it's just like, nigga, just go to work and get that bread, you know what I'm saying, and come back to the hood, and then you can support your family and build this community. This information is not supposed to make you go dumb. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I had to bring up the water situation, that if you had the option between tap water and bottled water, you drink the goddamn bottled water. And while you're drinking the bottled water, then you figure out what you're going to do next. You see what I'm saying? And everything is an elevation up and a step up. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you what,
definitely.
If I'm inside the house and there's no water and I'm dehydrated and thirsty and the only thing left is tap water, I'm going to drink tap water.
You ain't got to do it. You got to do what you got to do.
Like, God damn, man. Like, don't make this shit hard, yo.
Oh, man.
Man.
That's a fact, though.
Word up, man. Because I know how my people is, you know what I'm saying? I know how my people is. It's like, damn, the tap water is bad, and I know the bottled water ain't good, so what I'm going to drink? Nigga, drink that goddamn bottled water. Shut the hell up, man. That's like stupid, man. You've been drinking bottled water and tap water for fucking 20 years. You just got catches last summer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you've been drinking all this shit already. Like, come on, man. Just relax. Just relax and take your time, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that's it, man. This shit takes time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, the bottom line is, hey, keep in mind that, you know, the tap water is what it is. So at any chance that you can not consume it, try not to. You know what I'm saying? We know how it is out here. You might have to, but just keep it in mind. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they got another little thing to let people know about. If you don't believe me on this the drug stuff I'm telling y'all, if this is the title of this. Well, before I get into the title, y'all think Barack done did something good for y'all, right? This dude done got y'all all on this healthcare shit. So these doctors who are nothing but drug dealers gonna push more drugs to y'all. Then he let out all of these drug offenders and sellers, which is cool. It's cool for the families of them. I don't know how the community going to be, because it's not like we have an economy where it's just more unemployed people. You know what I'm saying? Into a community. I don't understand it. But he ain't never released any political prisoners who was fighting blatant racism. But you freed drug dealers, but not political prisoners. I don't understand that. Then I already told you that they're setting up the system to where they're going to check your drug record in order for you to get employment. So now that the title is called, If Health Insurance Isn't Good Enough, Will Drug Loans Help Cover for Expensive Cancer and Hepatitis C Drugs? So they're saying increasing cost of medication and therapies would make scrutinized drug loans appealing to some patients, but is not without its own drawbacks. Big pharmaceutical companies are known to jack up the prices of their medication to increase their revenues without thinking about the effects it would cause patients. Now, you heard what I just said, right, Smoke? Big pharmaceutical companies are known to jack up the prices of their medications to increase their revenue without thinking about the effects it would cause patients, right?
Ain't that what what's his name? Martin Shkreli, ain't that what he did?
Exactly. Why are we mad at him? Why was we mad at him again? That's why when I read that shit, I was like, why are they mad at him? He raised the prices, and I said they all raised the prices. Yo, you know, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing to do.
Common practice.
The funniest thing is to talk to somebody who follow what society tells them, and then you say something simple to shatter that whole reality, and you just watch the blank stare on their face as they realize. So the lady, she was telling me like, "Oh no, you don't understand, Beth. Rasta the price was like whatever, you know, $7 or whatever, I can't remember, and shot it up to whatever, you know." And I'm like, I said, yeah, but all of them do that. Yeah, but nobody does it as high as, as much as he did. I said, you got insurance, right? She said, yeah. I said, did your insurance go up? She said, yeah. I said, who you mad at? Why are we mad? I don't understand. He's doing what all of them is doing.
All right.
So I'm glad now that they're saying it, that big pharmacy companies are known to jack up the prices of these medications to increase their revenue. Just reread that guy's charges. It's literally the same line.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could put Marcus Scarelli, or whatever his name is known to jack up prices of their medication to increase revenue, which he said for the shareholders' value, without thinking about the effects it will cause patients. And that was the argument for the media. But what about the patients? This is how they play y'all, black people. This is how they play y'all. They play y'all off y'all ignorance because they rely off of y'all not realizing how corrupt the system is and how corrupt these people are and how far they will go to manipulate your reality. And once they manipulate your reality and have you believe in, see, let me tell you something about me. I dabbled a little in selling a little, my little herb and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I wasn't really into the whole sitting down waiting type shit. That wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really hard for me to get jobs.
I ain't never hustle like that.
Yeah. I always was a scammer. You know what I'm saying? And the thing I used to love about scamming, and all my scammers out there know that. You know what? Because I have to represent. But all my scammers out there, all y'all know this to be true. Oh, hold on. I got to put my evil out. all my scammers know this to be true. Ain't nothing more rewarding than when you have somebody else believing in the reality that you created. Straight up. Ain't nothing. When I tell you that shit is such an empowering feeling, when you have somebody calling you the name that you told them your name is, believing that you work in the field, that, when I tell you, I can't even explain it unless you did it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how these white people are. They have us believing in their reality. Yeah, what happened?
Nah, sidebar. I'm outside also, at the hotel with them. This big ass truck and it's stuck on the side. And he just, I don't know if you hear it, but he like rah, trying to get the shit stuck though.
But you said what happened?
This nigga's driving a big ass truck, you know what I'm saying? He's stuck on something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. But he like revving his shit up now hard, trying to like back it up off or whatever he's stuck on. That shit is going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, you taking no sound effects? Is it too far for sound effects?
Yeah, I'm on the balcony or whatever. I didn't. If you ain't hear it, then you ain't gonna hear it. I thought you was hearing it.
I might have heard. I might have heard like a little something, but I can't. Yeah, I might have heard like a little something.
But yeah,
man. But that's how these white people got us. They got us caught up in their reality that they created, and that's why a lot of black people sit here and we stuck because we believe what they tell us, and that's what Elijah. See, the whole thing what Elijah Muhammad was doing was he was trying to break y'all out of that spell. A lot of y'all niggas, unfortunately, is caught up in a God spell. Straight up. So y'all go ahead and y'all get caught up in that God spell, and then y'all keep believing in fairy tales and spookism and all this fucking fantasy bullshit instead of just realizing you're a fucking man. You're a man with 2 legs, 2 hands, and a head, man. You stand up and take a piss. You sit down and you take a shit. You're a man. You think this white man fly in the air and breathe fire? He do the same shit you do. That China man do the same shit you do. The East Indian, that Latino, all of them, they do the same fucking shit you do. So what is your excuse? Get out that fantasy and say to myself, yo, it's time for me to capture my reality. It's time for me to be the king. It's time for me to rule. That's why niggas hate Puff. Because Puff taking over his reality. Now we get into the black woman. Same difference. She's so goddamn lost that she's sitting over here cheering and pumping her fist for a fucking white woman to be in office. Is she gonna speak for who? You? Your black ass? No. What she gonna do is increase abortions in your neighborhood. That's it. That's all she gonna offer y'all black ass woman out here who is so fucking desperate for leadership from anybody outside of your man that you are willing to give your vote to a white woman who is pro-murder of black babies.
Shots fired.
That's fucking crazy, man. I want so fucking bad for this white woman to win that I don't give a fuck. That she's telling me that her idol is somebody who looks at black people as degenerate. That shit is amazing. But I will say a lot of black women did open their eyes up, and they did say...
You muffled up.
I said a lot of black women did open their eyes up, and they did say that they're going to go and vote for Bernie Sanders. So I guess that's better.
No, not really.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is fucking crazy.
But I mean, that's what we, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to kind of touch back what the topic was, you know what I mean? That's why it's important for us to improve those relations between, you know, us and our women. Because a lot of men, you know what I mean, we might have a different viewpoint. You were just speaking on how a lot of women feel about women feels in terms of, you know, just in terms of the voting. But that goes with a lot of, you know, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? We think one way, they think another way. There's friction in, you know what I'm saying, in the household. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it's more important now, you know, with, you know, this election coming up, just the way things are, man. And the way they could be, especially when you spoke about earlier getting locked out of, you know, any economy. And we don't have an economy.
Yeah.
It's important for us to start thinking politically. You know, we all have to be on the same page. You know, we could, you know, the listeners can, you know, go back to our voting shows. And, you know, our past maybe 2 or 3 shows, we've been, you know, mentioning voting and so forth. So, you know, we got to start thinking together politically. We got to start thinking together spiritually, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, or consciously, however you want to put it. You know, you might have a certain viewpoint of things and a certain way of life that you're trying to implement with your spouses on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of men know this. I see that with a lot of men. I don't have too many female friends that I talk to like that. You know what I mean? To really know, you know, that are conscious. That you know, like what they might be doing, and their man is not conscious. But I see a lot of men deal with it where they might be trying to, like, you know, you might want to stop eating, you know, change your diet or something like that. And then, you know, your old lady, she's like, nah, man, I want a steak or whatever, you know, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They'll be the ones who, you know, oppose it. So it's like, you know, we got to start thinking on the same page when it comes to that. Because it's too much at stake, man. And I know personally, I don't want to see another group of kids like that's growing up with my son, you know, and your son, and our little cousins, and you know, things like that. You don't want to see a bunch of knuckleheads and little crazy little girls running around, little niggas with their pants hanging down doing crazy shit. Like, I don't want to see that. And I mean, of course, there's more to it than that. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I don't want to see. Honest again. As an adult, I don't want to see a generation come up in a drug era like I did in the 80s. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be my mother, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of the drug era with young children. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
And that shit is, in the new drug era.
No. I'm talking about the real drug era. I'm talking about real. I'm talking about your uncle done smoked the TV, and you know, I'm talking about the tragedy. But hold on, we got a caller right now. Caller 44921, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Naj in Atlanta.
What's going on, Naj in Atlanta?
All right, what up?
What up?
What's good, bro? You got a little question? What's good with you?
Yeah, I'm just coming in. I saw the title, so I mean, I'm trying to see where y'all going with this, man.
So what we're doing with this is this. The title is this. In the black community, we always saying we want to unite as a people, but what it's always seemed like is the black man saying fuck the black woman, the black woman screaming fuck the black man. I was on a hip hop page or hip hop, and they had a story about 50 Cent, and he tells a black chick, fuck you, you nappy head this, and you look like India.Arie. So I'm reading, so, you know, his comment is his comment, but I'm reading the comments underneath it, and it seems like all the guys on there is like, yeah, fuck them, and yeah, the black woman, and she talk all this, and I'm just like, damn, like, is it a hate for black women when it comes to black men now? Because I know when you listen to on the black woman side, a lot of them is with the whole, yeah, the black man ain't this and he ain't doing that. And it's like, damn, so y'all hate us on, so how can we unite? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're coming off on that.
Okay, I see, okay. I feel a lot better now. Man,
I
saw that title. I was like, oh, man. And the brothers are these here. Okay, I see where you're coming from. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So that's the whole point of that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta have the title a little raw. You know what I'm saying? To open up the time. You know.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what you think about that though? Do you have like any you know, like struggles you might have, or you know, any successes you might have with, you know, like you might deal with your woman or anything like that? Anything that you might, you know, want to share or anything like that?
Yeah, we can get to that, but first, let's get to the topic. You guys bringing up the division within black people. When you see that with any people, the answer to that always is that means whoever is oppressing you is actually doing a good job.
Right.
You know, you have to actually look at what white supremacy is, what the mental state of black people is, and you have to understand that you have an enemy out here, and your enemy is actually winning. Mostly winning because we don't even know it's a fight anymore, because we assume that all of that stuff is in the past and now everything is okay, when in reality, through the media, through the educational system, through the economic factors and everything else, they are actually fighting us and committing genocide from Flint to the Nixon administration, where we just saw that admission to where they said the war on drugs was directed at black people and the anti-war left. So we're in a war that the majority of our people don't know it. That's the issue we're dealing with.
And that's the issue that we have to solve. And I feel like one of our number one issue is we don't have the economy. And if we can't rely upon each other to take care of each other, and we have to rely on another race to take care of ourselves, we could never unite because we don't see value within ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So we have to start this process of really coming together and being for real about it. And it's not on some kumbaya, because I believe that the change happened through the youth. So if we start to raise our children to respect other black children, you see what I'm saying? these are black children that will grow up who don't have that same division that we grew up with, and then while we build a foundation for business, because if we don't do we're in the middle of a war, and this white man and every other race that come inside here, they know that this is a war, and they continuously attack us, even through the Voters' Right Act. You know what I'm saying? When they're trying to put restrictions on votes and things of this nature, it's like they're constantly trying to keep us in a certain spot, but we keep thinking every fight we do, we win, now it's over. Not knowing that, no, they're still fighting you. You see what I'm saying? So we have to change our whole way of thinking. So that's what we really talk about on this show is the problems and follow it up with solutions and tips and everyday ways of living. That way we can you can slowly change your life. We give up news and stuff around the black world. That way we can all be informed about what's going on in the black community, where the lead is at, who got, where's the programs to help you with your mortgages. That way we can help each other as black people,
Yeah, indeed. The biggest problem is we still see ourselves as so-called Americans and not African people. Once we decide we're all African people, then you're talking about there's 1 billion of us on this earth, and the only other people who compete with that is China. Once you do that, then you can start to build and really change the mentality. You talked about changing the mentality of the youth. Then you have to talk about the responsibility of the adults to start working together and building something to where you can incentivize the youth. It can't just be the youth are learning and doing well, but then we can't reward them when they're doing well. Right now, we're in a situation where the most of our energy goes to the youth who are doing the most wrong because we're trying to save them. So it has to be a situation where we can reward those who are doing things correctly and have things to pass on. So these people who are in our communities with stores that we're shopping at, we are financing Korean and Arab children's college through fried chicken wings and fried rice. Like these are things that we have to stop. Like this is a mentality that we have to get rid of. And these aren't lessons that I came up with because I'm some wise person. These are lessons passed on from our ancestors, Dr. Clark, Dr. Amos Wilson, Malcolm, Martin, all of these people. And we've decided we're going to throw our birthright away because we don't listen to or read anymore. We're anti-intellectual, and that is really hurting us right now. But all of these things can be changed. We started off in this place from the lowest of lows. You could say we were on the goal line. We're on the 1-inch line. And our people through the years have constantly moved to change, and we're at least at the 40 or the 50 now. We just got a lot more room to go, but it ain't as bad as it was because of the sacrifice of our ancestors. But yeah, the solutions are out there, man, and we just have to take up on it. Oh, my bad, man. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm about to say also we have to also remember that too. What you just said, things have gotten better. So instead of always thinking that, oh, and this white man, he winning. Nah, we made a lot of strides, and we got to just keep fighting and make it better and better. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So, I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, it's good, nah. From my lab. Make sure you follow us, man.
Yeah, I will. But
no, they're human.
Other people, they could be
defeated.
They're human. So, it is what it is. Matter of fact, if you actually look at the world right now, it's kind of clear that the Chinese are actually going to be the next superpower taking over. And if we don't have our ish together, we'll still be in the same position. So we got to get our stuff together. I like what y'all saying. Much respect to y'all for what y'all doing, man. Like I said, the title threw me off, but loving it, man. Much respect for doing what y'all doing.
All right, man. No doubt, man.
All right, appreciate that,
bro. Call back anytime, man.
All right, we'll do.
All right, peace.
All right, man. That was a dope call, man. That was definitely a dope call, man.
Yeah, I almost didn't want to jump in. I was like, yeah, let that brother keep going.
yeah. I hope that definitely call back, man, because you are welcome to call back anytime.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much he hit a lot of different topics both of y'all did, but I would just say if I had to add anything on to it, it would be just like having to focus on the economy. You know what I mean? That, when he mentioned like incentivizing the kids, the children, you know what I'm saying? Giving them, being able to reward them for, doing good. That's part of an economy, you know what I'm saying? So, he also mentioned how we fund, other races, their kids going to school, going to college, being able to have a fund when they get older. We got to start doing that. That's part of an economy. We got stores out here. We got clothing lines out here. We got, whatever you can name there. We are able to pass that on to our kids, incentivize the youth, and move forward. So a lot of things he was saying in there, they relate to us having an economy. So he definitely was on point. I like that caller.
Yeah, because you got to understand too. Just to say on the topic too for the next 34 minutes, that's calling number 646-716-4654. Fuck the black man, fuck the black woman, fuck black unity. The meaning behind that title is, how can we have unity in the black community when the black man and the black woman act like they have war? Yo, gender war, that's a white person's terminology. Gender war. Men is from Mars, women is from Venus. That's white people shit.
Feminism came from that.
Feminism
came from the gender war. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know who follows that? Our women follow, feminism hard body. So, yeah.
And you know how they follow feminism hard body? We want Hillary in office. Well, what is Hillary going to do? What the hell is Hillary being in office going to do for you? Nothing. You just want the woman inside there because she's a woman, and it's good for women's rights. This woman want to kill all these black babies through abortion. Y'all don't even care. So it's like, it doesn't even make sense. And then it's like, this is the same one that labeled your black sons super predators. Her husband, who y'all used to drool over back in the 90s, is the one that incarcerated your black man with 3 strikes and harsher prison sentences. So it's like, it's so backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's so backwards. Because remember,
like Clinton Part 2.
Black woman got me mad, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Black woman got me mad, yo, during the Trayvon Martin murder. And they kept lusting for that damn prosecutor. Oh, he's so ooh. And I'm like, yo, he's losing the fucking case. Y'all lusting for this damn white boy, and he's losing the case. So this black kid gets found guilty of assaulting George Zimmerman, and the black woman is lusting for the prosecutor. I'm talking about openly lusting on television, calling him Nick Dreamy or some one of them little names. And I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? This is a murder case. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how lost the black woman is right now. And when she rises up and get her shit together and realize and remember who the hell she is and stop taking that payout from that white man thinking you're better now, and you come back to reality, then maybe she can see what this set of black men is doing. Because this set of black men is walking around talking about the black woman as God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have a group of black men now saying that the black woman is God and we want to honor her and respect her and hold her up, why you got black women fighting against that? When 25 years ago, these black men would have been calling you bitches and hoes. And talking about bitches and shit and hoes and things.
That's a weird dynamic, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that was a whole fight, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the disrespect of your woman. And we know it was pushed in with that gangster rap era, you know what I'm saying? But it was a conscious fight against that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? It came from whatever place it came from, you know. But it's like now you have a different outlook on it where it's like, yo, man, you know, I want to revere my woman. I want to put her up high on a high pedestal. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a, you know, I want her to be the you know, the God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, oh man, you know, it's like I'm not that. This ain't that. You know, and it'll just be like, but it's really just something it's more like a motivational tool. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to take that away. So it's like a lot of times, you know, I be feeling like, you know, from personal experiences or just watching other people, you know, our conversations and things like that. You know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes, you know, from the male standpoint, you know, sometimes you can't win because it just seems like, and it ain't about winning necessarily, but it's like, you know, you'll find your woman that'll take a opposite standpoint to whatever you do. So if it's something crazy, you know, you're out there like, you know, let's do you know, no, not something crazy, but you want to do something good, you know, like change your diet. She don't want to do that. She'll take the opposite standpoint or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just anything. It's just like always something there to be a risk. It's crazy. But, you know, it's not to let the dudes off a hook. You know what I'm saying? You be having some Conan dudes out there. Niggas out here Conan, you know what I'm saying? You got your Stephen A's and people that's in positions. And that's where you see the Conan at mostly. Is with the niggas in position where they there to you know, put another fellow brother or sister on, give them a glowing recommendation, put them in somewhere in corporate America or something, and they won't do it, or they'll take every opportunity to you know, air out the issues of black people, you know, to consistently play on the stereotypes of black people. You know, Stephen A. is one of them that I can think of. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of dudes calling. You know what I mean? Whether they known and unknown. So it ain't just to let them off the hook. You know what I'm saying? But just from being a man and myself, it's tough out there.
I'm like this. I don't really like talking about the issues that men have because I don't really hang around guys that have issues. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even be really even dealing with that. I'd rather a woman say that, talk about the issues of a man because it's like, because it's like, you know, because the Stephen A. Smith is like, I don't even pay him no attention.
I mention stuff like that more so from the standpoint of, a lot of times you'll hear like, or, you know, you might have a woman listening and they like, these cats is only talking about, you know what I'm saying? There's men out there too. So it's really just for argument's sake.
She's going to have to call in. Fuck it.
Call in, then don't
She's going to have to call in and say her viewpoint. Because I'm not about it.
Then that's fair.
This is a rule. This is a rule I have. I'm not trying to guess. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're thinking, and I ain't trying to figure it out. If you think it's messed up that we don't talk about the man's viewpoint, then call in and say that. 646-716-4654. I'm not about to sit over here and think about what a woman would think an issue is with being with a man. Fuck that. If you got an issue, then display what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to figure that out. Fuck out of here. But I'll tell you what the issue is with y'all. Oh, man. I'll tell you what the issue is with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Stop calling it. That's facts, though. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. So, but yeah, you know, I know I get tired of being in the war. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a war outside, it's a war inside. You know what I mean? It's worrisome, it's stressful. You know what I'm saying? You can't really think and operate under stress like that. You know what I'm saying? I know some people might think, I'm built for this, but it'll break you down, man. So it's just like for any woman that's listening, you know what I'm saying? Try not to stress your guy out. Just on simple stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all try to work together, you know, try to, you know, not to be so dismissive or have so much of an attitude or whatever, you know, listen to his issues, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. Because, you know, a lot of times they'll just throw heat at you and they don't even know if they might be realizing it. It's like, yo, chill out. Calm down right now. Be easy. We gotta get through something. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, I just had a car wreck. You know what I'm saying? Over these last few weeks, trying to get my car straight. I go to the doctor, you know, painting my arm and hand and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with that. And then it's like I'm on you with my son's mom about something retarded. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm trying to tell her, like, yo, listen, don't stress me out. And it's not like, it's just simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't, like, you know, I can see an argument coming. I'm like, all right, look, we about to argue, so let's not do this. She'll just continue to do it till the argument comes. And then later on, it's like, oh, we shouldn't have argued. But I'm like, I told you that, but you were taking offense to what I was saying. So, yeah, man, stress kills, man. Try not to stress your kid.
It kills, but then here's the sad part about it. If we don't get our shit together, black man and black woman, then guess what? We're going to be in a situation where they're not going to have us having sex anymore. So before I get into this story, we have another caller, 720-610. Caller, what's your name and where you're calling from? Caller, what's your name and where you're calling from? Caller.
They must just be listening.
Oh.
Might just be listening.
Oh, so, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm calling back.
Well, it's the fans.
That's one thing. But yeah, so I'm going to say this story. We're going to have to get our... For people, though, we're going to have to get our shit together, though. You know what I'm saying? From all of this violence that we have between black men and black women, we're going to have to unify and unite because, keep this, they got a situation talking about in the next 30 years, they got scientists talking about we won't be having sex to have babies. So instead of regularly having sex, you know what I'm saying, it's just going to all be through this, you know what I'm saying, picking your own embryo and making up your own genetic shit. And they're talking about that shit in the next 30 years. So that's only a generation. So if we don't start to love each other again and realize that we need each other, we're not going to be able to unite. You see what I'm saying? So for us to unite, the black woman has to appreciate the black man, and the black man has to appreciate the black woman. Because if the black woman is screaming, fuck the black man, and the black man is screaming, fuck the black woman, and y'all want to scream, well, I'm going to fuck with another race, and I'm going to fuck with another race, and we fight. Guess what? We will never unify.
Yeah, we got to be patient with each other, man. We got to be patient with each other because a lot of times you'll see where, you know, whether it's male or female, you know what I'm saying, we might allow certain, like take your job. You know, you might work your job, interview for a position, you don't get the job, but you'll stay at it. You'll be patient. You'll stay persistent. You know what I'm saying? You'll keep working. You keep doing it. And then, 5 years later, you got the job. Happy or whatever. But then it's like the first issue you have with your you know what I'm saying, your mate or whatever is over with. It's an issue.
Yeah.
Or, even down to the smallest thing is like the voice get raised a little bit or, attitude might happen just a little bit, then it goes overblown. There's no nipping something in the bud, there's no person taking a high road or anything like that. So we gotta, be patient, be persistent and, and expressing what we want and what we need and acting on that. You know what I'm saying? So you got your person, that they're expressing that they need something from you. It makes sense, try to provide that. You know what I'm saying? And on both sides, for everybody, you know what I'm saying? We got to be more patient because it's difficult as it is out.
If we cannot keep screaming we want unity in the black community and not having respect for each other. We got to stop trying to mimic ourselves as white people or functioning as them. Because the other thing that I didn't like to hear, too, is I heard one brother on one of these conscious channels and everything was, fuck you black bitches and you black sluts and you black hoes and you black bitches. And I'm just sitting over here and I'm just like, I'm here static now, huh? Yeah, then I was your phone, Smoke. I had to mute you. But yes, I'm hearing all the black bitches and black hoes, and I'm just like, wow, like, damn, man, you trying to say you're a conscious brother and things of this nature, but this is how you speak it. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, really, you shouldn't even be associating yourself even around energy like that for you to even be speaking and moving like that. But I'm talking about the vulgarity, and it was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's this hate coming from? Then you hear the same thing from the Hebrew Israelite brothers, the same difference. They'll turn around and they'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way in the manner in which they speak about the woman, you know what I'm saying? It's like she's a dog you put in the corner or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it'd be crazy because I'd be like, yo,
yeah,
like,
it's almost like a natural hate in there, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a natural hate. It's like a natural hate that we have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, you see it on both sides, but it's we gotta do better with that, you know. And then, like I said, it's with patience, you know what I'm saying? It's like
it is with patience.
You know, we'll just see our woman doing whatever, and it's like, fuck that bitch, this and that, you know what I mean? Plus, also, you know, even more than that, because I understand, you know, you know, a lot of times when, you know, somebody, you know, the frustration that men have with women and what they do and things like that. So I understand it, but a lot of times, too, it's about setting examples for the youth. So we could sit here and say, you know what, my baby mama, she ain't shit, or this and that, or this chick I was messing with, she did this to me, or, you know, we could all say that or whatever, and we might have our frustrations. You know how we do as men. We talk our talk. But it's about really setting an example for the kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my son or anybody's son, you know what I'm saying, seeing me you know, disrespect a woman and shit. Fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? This and that. You know, and I'm pretty sure I've done it before, yeah. Cursing for a little kid talking shit like that. But I try to be conscious of that because it's like, I don't want to set that example to them. You know what I mean? So even though my heart might be a little, let's say broken or you know, you got that chip on your shoulder about something or certain things, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to pass that down to your youth. Or any youth, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's your kid or some kids from the neighborhood or you on vacation, kids that's at the same store you at. You don't want to do that, you know what I mean, to set that example. So I get it. So it's hard for me to be like, brother, you're wrong. But at the same time, it's like, it's really more so about setting an example. It's throughout this, you know, throughout the conversation, and we you know, to call yourself, we just hit on the youth, you know, and one of the things for the future for the youth. So that's just one of them things that, like, although I get it, we got to kind of, like, do better with that, you know, to set an example. You know what I mean? You don't want your son, you don't want your daughter growing up with that type of thought process. You know what I'm saying?
See, the best thing too to do is correct your own situation. So because this is what I do, like you know what I'm saying, a new father, you know. So it's like what I do is I just re-examine my interaction day by day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put you on mute, So I would re-examine my actions day by day. So I would look at what I've done that day with my sons. Did we go out? Did I spend time with them? Did I yell at them that day? You know what I'm saying? And then I would say, now the next day, I will make sure it's a clean slate and we're doing something different. You see what I'm saying? Because I never want everything to be every day. It's a pattern now where I've been yelling at my sons for a whole week. Then I have to say to myself, is it them or is it me? You see what I'm saying? That's become an attack. You see what I'm saying? We have to fix things within ourselves so we can interact with other people, because I feel like a lot of times that whole bickering between the black man and his hatred towards that black woman, and that black woman and her hatred towards that black man. I feel like a lot of that comes from eternal issues from their own selves. Something within her that she hates about herself that she projecting on that black man. Or there's something that this black man is projecting on her. Because what you always notice is you never see two negative people like all the time being with each other and they both projecting their insecurities back and forth. It's always one versus the other. Even if the roles change in another relationship. They could have been the strong one where the other person was insecure, but then another relationship, they're the ones insecure and the other one is strong. But it's all about what's within you. And sometimes I feel like because we don't have an economy and because we don't have a system set up where we can take care and we have a dependency on ourselves, we're in a system where we get rewarded for destroying ourselves. You know what I'm saying, Smoke?
Yeah, that's real, man. That's definitely real. Like, you can see
just like with drugs. Just like one more quick example, just like selling drugs. If I'm selling drugs to my people, I'm getting rewarded for destroying my people, right? So how can you teach me to respect somebody? I can't. How much respect black people when I've been selling crack to black people for 15 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw them at the lowest stage of their life. Like, I don't give a fuck about black people. And it's like, oh my God, brother, how can you be? It's like, nigga, I get paid to kill black people. There's no love over here. You see what I'm saying? And that's our problem. We don't have nothing where we rely on ourselves. Everything that we do, that it seems, when we come together, is to destroy ourselves, and then we get rewarded for it.
Right. That's for
so how can we get unity? You see what I'm saying? Even on television, black women get rewarded for fighting each other on TV. How can we get unity? You see? So that's the whole question right there. How do we get unity if it's fuck the black man and it's fuck the black woman?
We got to be more serious in our interaction with each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know, what's the sense of, you know, even thinking about any upliftment if you can't do the simple things like having interaction with your woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't have a successful family. We can't have you know, just simple relations. And it just go for really for just black people in general. You know what I'm saying? Our relations with, you know, with men. You know what I'm saying? Outside of your homies, it shouldn't be an issue if I'm a black man and I want to go to Compton, California, and walk through Compton. Why should I have to worry about that when I'm all surrounded around black people? You know what I'm saying? If I'm dating a black woman, why should I have to worry about her turning on me or doing something crazy to me? You know, like, personalities clash all the time. But I shouldn't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I should feel safe being around any black woman. And that should be the same for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be serious about our interactions with each other because it's deeper than just high-fiving and kumbaya. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot at stake. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot at stake, so we got to definitely be serious about that.
Keep this story right here. Your side of town. They got a video showing a white cop performing a road-sized cavity search on a black man out in Aiken, South Carolina. Now, Aiken got a lot of stories about how they do black people out there in Aiken. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So what happened is the damn cop goes, pull over two occupants of a black car. pulled them over because they have a paper tag on their shit, right, on the car.
Right.
Pulled them over, asked for his and her ID, license, right? They give them the license, all the information. They go in the back, they run the shit, right? Come back, everything good, everything clean, right? I should go home now, right? Motherfucker told the dude to get out the car. Why am I getting out the car? Put your hands up, patting him down, got the girl patting her down, got the dogs out, sniffing the car. She said they done pulled her titties out and all kind of stuff like that. Then bends him over, digging all in his ass. Straight
I
up.
wonder how they look. I wonder how they look. I wonder how they look. You know, like the couple. You know what I'm saying? This just seems like some rogue perverted shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these are some, you know what I mean, decent looking motherfuckers, and they just like, I want to just. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they said the officers then turned their attention to Pontoon. That's the guy's name. Medlin is the cop. Asks Pontoon to get out the car. He cuffs him and begins to pat him down. So his hands is cuffed. Towards the end of the first video, at around the 12:46:30 mark, he tells Pontoon, "You got something here, right between your legs. There's something hard right there between your legs." Medlin said that he's going to put some gloves on. The anal probe happened out of direct view of the camera, but the audio leaves little doubt about what's happening. Pontoon at one point says that one of the officers is grabbing his hemorrhoids. Medlin apparently appears to reply, "I've had hemorrhoids, and they ain't that hard." At about 12:47:15 in the video, the audio actually suggests that two officers may have inserted fingers into Pontoon's rectum as one asks, "What are you talking about? Right here?" The other replied, "Right, straight up, in there." Pontoon then again tells the officers that they're pushing on a hemorrhoid. Remember, his hands is he's handcuffed. One officer responds, "If that's a hemorrhoid, that's a hemorrhoid, all right. But that don't feel like no hemorrhoid to me." The officer apparently
he should have shit it on his goddamn hand and fucking that's it.
Yeah,
that shit got me mad.
The officer apparently continued to search Pontoon's rectum for another 3 minutes. They found no contraband. At 12:50:25, Medlin tells Pontoon to turn around and explain that he suspects him because he recognized him from when he worked narcotics. "Now I know you from before, from when I worked dope. I seen you. That's why I put a dog on your car." That was the reason why he searched him.
Yeah, but my thing is, take me down and search me. Why the hell are you doing all that? You know what I'm saying? That's a more.
No, but there was no reason to search because they pulled them over because of the paper tag.
You ain't named one.
Everything was legit. Everything was legit.
In there. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
crazy. Everything was legit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for black man to be like, fuck the black woman, and black woman to be like, fuck the black man, black man and black woman got violated by that the white cop.
Straight violated right there together. And they ain't give a damn about neither one of them. We got to be serious, man. It just goes back to the statement prior to that and all of the statements from this whole show, man. We got to be real about it, man. We got to, man. This is what happening to us. Whether you're a woman or a man. And it's affecting the kids. So, you know, it's up to y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's up to us whether we want to have better relationships, you know what I'm saying? Whether we're going to have an economy, whether we're going to be able to do something for our kids, have something for them when we pass away. That's all of that is on us, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta be more serious. But at the topic at hand, if we don't get along, if we ain't working together, we ain't gonna do shit. Ain't gonna be no economy, ain't gonna be no black power, ain't gonna be none of that.
Ain't gonna be shit. So black woman, you gotta get your mind right. It ain't nothing wrong with making a lot of money. It ain't nothing wrong with having a job. It ain't nothing wrong with doing none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? But bring that shit home and work with your man, not against your man. Straight up. Same thing for the black man. Don't be scared to compete. Don't just compete against your brother. Compete against these other races. That's who you should be competing against. That's who you should be fighting the fight against. You're supposed to be pulling and allowing more brothers to get into the game. Not fighting against them so you could be the only one. Because you want the number one spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's silly. We need a whole bunch of us in the game. You see what I'm saying? Instead of motherfuckers.
There's room for everybody.
There's room for everybody. Fight and get into the shit. Black man, don't be jealous of your woman. Don't sit there now and see she got shit popping and she rocking, you know what I'm saying? And she one of them chicks, she popping and she rocking, but she not one of those belittling joints. She the one that's like, yo, I'm holding everything down, do what you got to do. And you mad and you sitting in the corner drinking your Hennessy with the screw face and shit, you know what I'm saying, in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
Or don't take advantage of that joint who is holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the joints who do be holding it down, and there's some lousy nigga out there, you know, just spinning her bread up or whatever. So if you in that situation where you got a shorty who doing for you, you know what I'm saying, who's able to take care of the crib, and while you figure things out, you know, really get out there and get on your grizzly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get out there and do what you do. You know, do some justice to her going out there working and having a position and making money and, you know, taking care of family. Don't just bullshit it. Don't make it hard for the cats who is really trying to build something, who need that type of assistance. You know what I'm saying?
You know, right up. We got 2 more minutes show. Guest calling number 646-716-4654. Fuck the black man, fuck the black woman, fuck black unity. How are we going to unite as a people if we keep saying fuck each other? That don't make sense. If we don't respect ourselves, if you got black men gunning down black men in the street, because you know what else I noticed too, Smoke?
Yeah.
Also notice every time we scream black unity, right? Then I noticed the coonery increase in hip hop. Like they just turn the switch. It's like every time we'll sit and be like, yeah, we're going to come together as the black people. We ain't going to buy no white products. And then you're going to hear some rapper like, I love buying white products. And I'm like, God damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ain't buying nothing for Christmas, nothing that. Spend my cash in Christmas. Spend my cash in Christmas. And I'm just like, yo, don't you hear the buses too? So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying?
All that.
Yeah, the Christmas dance and shit, and it's like, yo, if y'all niggas ain't buying shit for Christmas, y'all pussy. And it's like, wow. Because you know how you can tell that's true? A lot of times they'll ask them, yo, what about this? Oh, I don't know nothing about Ferguson. I just got these jewels on my neck. And it's like, what? So they asking them questions. So the information getting there. So why you acting like you don't know? Why y'all acting like y'all scared of talk? So that's how you can tell they're being controlled and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like us as real people.
Say that's that tomfoolery.
It's
that time for it.
But that's why we as black men, we got to stand on our square, and we got to be the leaders and the builders that we are, and build this community and build this future that we want for our children and for our family. And the black woman, y'all have to stand on y'all square, and y'all have to be the nurturers, the teachers, and the leaders that y'all are, and build y'all shit that y'all build. Because y'all have y'all spot. It's just like the black community within this American system. Black America fell. We ran into white. Well, excuse me, not fell. We abandoned Black America and let it crumble as we integrated into white America. And now we feel like we can't live without white America, when in fact we need to go back and rebuild Black America. So for the black woman to feel her power again, instead of her trying to emulate a black man, she need to go back to being a black woman and just be a black woman with more bread, more education, and more job opportunities, but still be a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Now you got your paper now. Don't now turn into a black man or into a white man or a white woman, and now you want to be this corporate, this and this. No, be you. Now you just got bread. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Word.
So, you know.
Get your shit together.
So, I know you
get your mind right.
Gotta get your mind right, man. That's the only way we're going to be able to unify. You know what I'm saying? We got situations going out here with the voting right situation where do you remember the story? It's a previous story I was talking about. Alicia Keys being the Valentine.
The Valentine's Day for some dude and shit. To try to, I forgot what he was trying to promote or whatever.
It was for the voters' right. The voters' right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right.
So here's an update on that. So they say Republican rep Jim Sessenberner of Wisconsin, white dude, published the op-ed Thursday in the New York Times criticizing his fellow lawmakers for failing to restore the Voters' Right Act after the Supreme Court gutted it in 2013. Ensuring that every eligible voter can cast a ballot without fear, deterrence, and prejudice is a basic American right, Sensenberger wrote. Berners wrote, I would rather lose my job than suppress votes to keep it. Sessenberger pointed to the bipartisan bill he introduced more than a year ago to restore some of the protections that have been knocked down as a result of the Supreme Court decision, Shelby County versus Holder. The Supreme Court then invalidated the formula determined which states and localities were subject to the process known as pre-clearance, in which changes to voter regulations had to be approved by federal officials, meaning that them states can't play that game where they can just pass little laws and bills and stuff where they can implement like, oh, you need this type of license and that type of license. Any changes have to go to the federal government first and approve before it can change. This is what a white Republican is fighting to get put in. And he's ashamed that his fellow lawmakers is failing to restore the Voting Rights Act. So what the fuck is the black guys in here doing? You know what I'm saying? So here go your boy. Early this year, because that's when we spoke about it, it was reported that House Speaker Paul Ryan, Republican of Wisconsin also, had told members of the Congressional Black Caucus that he believed the Voting Rights Act should be restored. However, Ryan reportedly said he would not pressure the Judiciary Committee Chairman, Republican Rep. Bob Goldlate, or whatever, he's a Republican of Virginia, to take up legislation that would do so. So he said basically he wouldn't pressure the Republican of Virginia to take up the legislation to do so, but he do think that it should be done. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, they're doing. White people is on their job all day, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure you're disillusioned and you can't do what it is that you got to do. And you're playing games with these guys instead of playing to win. And that's the problem that I have with black people. And that's why I think that we need to stop playing these games and really take this shit serious. Because we're killing our numbers through this death war that we have in the street. Because we don't have the economy to take care of ourselves, we're killing our people in the wombs that they're not even being born yet, and these black women's killing our people through that. We're being warehoused inside prisons and shit, the black man, woman, and child. And then you have the small population of black people that is working, and we don't even get along. So it's like none of that shit even makes sense, and it's counterproductive. And if we keep moving in this path, we're slowly going to die out. So we have to really take this shit serious, you know. So that's in Black America, man. The Twitter, in Black America 7. You can tweet us, ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we might have some questions sending back to you. Get some surveys out there. Get a feedback of the people. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on the Blog Talk Radio page. You can also go to the YouTube page. In Black America Radio, that's our YouTube page. Little visuals on the audios. You can go to the Facebook page, which is In Black.America on Facebook, and like us, friend, book us, or whatever the terms are called, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, so that's what it is, man. Sure. So we don't get up out of it.
Get serious or die, people. Peace.
That's right. Get serious or die, yo. Peace.
HipHopTXL.com. 2 tears in the bucket, I cry with you. But I can never lie with you. I can never afford not to afford.